Hi friends, this is Raghunath here. I run a social service called HowUCan for teenagers, counseling you on matters relating to academics and your life in general. This is run merely as a way of my giving back to society. If any of you have any need to know more about me, why do I do what I do, what is my background, I would urge you to please watch the introduction in my video titled Why Manage Time, the very first of the series on time management. In a series of videos focused on time management for teenagers, I help you learn the concepts, methods, and habits that I have found extremely useful for my professional and academic journey. In the previous videos, you have learned about why should we manage time, what is the big picture understanding of what does it mean to manage time, and a whole lot of positive thoughts and concepts that I wanted you to imbibe as you embrace the practice of time management for you. I'm now going to introduce to you one very specific technique, a technique that I have found extremely useful in all walks of my life, be it academics or my work or even my emotions. And I'm borrowing this from the manufacturing industry, and we will understand what this concept is in this video. Friends, I'm introducing to you a technique called Fishbone technique from the manufacturing industry. It is used for situations where there are multiple inputs that go into creating an outcome. Complex situations used in the manufacturing industry, but I will tell you how, once you learn it, how we can use it for studies. When events are very large, meaning many things go into creating a certain outcome, or the outcomes are complex, multiple things interact with each other, etc., etc., how will you go about managing them? They are not easy, because too many things go into finally determining what the outcome is going to be. Too many factors interplay with each other. How do you then manage a certain outcome? How do you manage things to have a certain outcome that you desire? As with many things, if something is very, very large, you will manage by taking smaller bites, not by attacking the whole thing, correct? You have to look at the small nibbles, small things that cause the final effect. Try and manage each of those. Simple principle. And in this context, in its raw form, let me try and explain to you when events are too large or outcomes complex, what are all those kind of events in real life that happen, so that you then relate to the concept I'm going to teach you. For example, very large project. Many teammates have to do each of them their respective work, contribute, and then big chart on the school board, etc. Big project, multiple things have to fall in place, multiple people have to finish their jobs. Or in the same way, in a big analysis of business, called case study many times. Many things have to be studied, many tracks have to be analyzed to finally determine what the analysis is. Very different situation, multi-input, long-term tasks, meaning takes a long time to execute it. Multiple things need to fall in place. It is not studies related, but you may know this is possible. Imagine you have to organize a school dance as a leader. You and your friends are going to perform on the school day function. It's a big project. How do you manage that to have a spick and span outcome? Or a very, very different application, complex emotions. Exam fear, public speaking fear, so many people have it. They're not easy to manage. How do you get to the bottom of them? And in this context, in the context of many of these complex and large situations in real life, I'm introducing to you, friends, the Fishbone Diagram in its raw form as it was embraced and created for the manufacturing industry. What is called the cause and effect relation, or otherwise known as the Ishikawa Diagram, and we will learn who is Ishikawa. Basically, this principle that was created, keeping this concept in mind, if there is an effect that you are observing or you want to have, you sit back and trace what are all the causes that go to create the effect. What are all the possible causes? It could be along as it was created in manufacturing, arising from materials, arising from the methods of manufacturing, from the machines you used, manpower that you used, etc., etc. Each having its own varied set of causes to finally contribute to certain effect. So if you want to analyze and manage a certain effect, it could be an engine defect, it could be the cost that you manufacture a product with. You sit back and analyze all the causes that go to create the effect and try and see how do you manage the causes. Simple. We will see how this can be embraced, how I have embraced it across spheres of my life. Why is this called a fishbone diagram? If you look at it, there is an effect. There are causes. Somewhere when you finish drawing up the cause and effects, it looks like the fishbone, the skeleton of a fish with its bones. That's why globally when it got embraced, it is called the fishbone diagram. Created by one Kaoru Ishikawa in Japan. He was a professor in the University of Tokyo, manufacturing management scientist, who created this cause and effect principle. Hence it is called the cause and effect diagram, or the Ishikawa diagram globally, or the fishbone diagram simply. What has this got to do with studies and things that I have got to do in my life? Valid question for each of you. Let us see how this is going to be borrowed. This can be modified and used for anything that has a cause, a set of causes which lead to an effect. If I have a desired effect, analyze all the causes, you could probably manage the effect. Example, a mechanical problem, car breaks down, or there is a problem in the car. You can sit down. If this is the effect, what all could cause it? Your emotions, feeling down, feeling overwhelmed, you can sit down. I will help you understand how to do this. The effect is known. What all can cause it? Why is it happening? We can sit down and very scientifically, systematically analyze it. Very famous example, climate change. We all know climate change comes around and arises because of multiple factors, multiple causes. We can sit down and analyze why does climate change happen, and which effect is causing, which cause is creating more of the effect, and so on, so that you know which ones to put more money into and manage the final effect. I will go to the extent of a very homely, domestic example too. If you have a feast to host for 25 people, want to serve a grand meal, it's a big project. That project can be managed by identifying the various things that can go into either making it a good feast, a happy one, a wonderful one, tasty meals, or things fell short. So the cause and effect can be analyzed for any situation. The basic principle as we use this Ishikawa diagram, the fishbone diagram for our studies, for learning how does this fit into the time management concept, is this. If there is a desired effect, sit down and identify all things that can cause the effect. If it is feeling preparedness for an exam, what are all the things that go to cause the effect of feeling prepared for an exam? Once you identify all the possible causes for the effect, sit down, study each of them. Which ones can I manage? Which ones need changing? Which ones can I control? What should I do about each of them so that I end up having the desired effect, which is a great outcome that you want? Simple, correct? How do we use this for studies? We shall watch this in the next video. And how does it get used for time management and your studies? We will watch in the next video. This video is usable by any of you, generally speaking. All of you teenagers can use this. But I know each of you is different and unique. You could have your own set of challenges, issues, contexts that need a little deeper understanding before you can apply these in your life. Perhaps. I assure you, I am available to any of you privately to help you understand these better. All you have to do is WhatsApp me on my phone number 98203-45323 or email me. I will ensure I'm available to you to help you learn how you can.